play in the half. Prescott step back three, left side. He hits! The Mountaineers are on fire. Here's the double team, and it's intercepted. Taylor Danaher into the clear, and he slams it home with two hands.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Mount Weekly. My name is Adam Pohl. This is a 15-minute program here with a look at the men's basketball program here at Mount St. Mary's. And joining me weekly will be the head coach in Jamion Christian. And Jamie, it's really been a strong start for you guys in your first season. First of all, I mean, so much goes in to getting ready for a season like this. Now that you've got 5 games under your belt, you know, how exciting is it to look back at what you guys have accomplished and what you guys have to look out for on the horizon?
Yeah, you know, it's been a great start to the season, obviously. I think I'm really fortunate. I have a great staff of guys. One of the first things I wanted to do was hire a really knowledgeable and experienced staff. Ben Wilkins, Daryl Bruce, Tony Bethel, Dave Maturo have just been unbelievable with our group in terms of getting them to understand what it takes to compete and win at the college basketball level. And they work tirelessly to help our guys understand what we need to do on a daily basis. And I think we're starting to see some of the results because of it.
You've shown a great outside game, getting a lot of points from your guards. Talk about the transfers, Sam Prescott and Rashad Wack. They've really given you a scoring punch. Yeah,
you know, traditionally, if you look at the stats for transfers, it's pretty hard for them to adjust their first year in. These two guys have been unbelievable because they've just worked tirelessly starting last year, and now under us, they've just continued to do that. And you know, they're routinely some of the last guys out of the gym on a daily basis. They work tirelessly on their film study, and I think you're really starting to see them benefit from all that hard work. You know, Sam's a little bit different boat. He was a star at Marist. He played very well. You know, so he was coming here expecting to be able to put up the numbers that he is. And then, you know, Rashad was at George Mason, didn't have the opportunity to play as much as he would have liked. And now he's getting a chance to play with a chip on his shoulder and show the world what a good player he is. And obviously he's leading our team in scoring and in steals. And, you know, he's probably one of the most dynamic players I think we have in our program.
Getting great leadership from the point guard position as well, Josh Castellanos. But in the last few games, this DC trio of games you've had, Siobhan Wiggins has really stepped up.
Well, you know, I think Siobhan's development has a lot to do with Josh, to be honest with you. I mean, they spend a ton of time together. Josh continually coaches him up and tries to help him understand the game. And, you know, Siobhan's just a kid. He came in here very highly recruited, highly regarded, coming in, 25 a game as a high school scorer. You know, we're trying to teach him how to play the point guard spot at the college basketball level, and that's not always easy transition. I think Josh has really helped him to understand what he needs to do, not only as a scorer but as a playmaker for others. And I think the relationship that they have, you can see it on the floor. They kind of give us a yin and a yang action. You know, you have Josh, he's a great distributor, great organizer, great finisher in the lane, and then you have Siobhan Wiggins, who can really defend you and you know, obviously can really score the ball.
Guys got out to a strong start this year. Of course, started at Pittsburgh, then came home and had your first home game here of the season against Hartford. Talk about the atmosphere and your team's ability to finish because you trailed for much of that game. Yeah,
you know, one of our largest things throughout the course of the year is we want to finish strong. I mean, we spend a ton of time talking about it. You know, we condition that way, we practice that way, and I think that's a large part of us being able to finish is having the ability to wear our opponents down with our style of play. Obviously, the atmosphere for the first home game I thought was electric. It'd been a while since I'd been to a home game, especially on the sidelines. So yeah, it was a great environment, and the people were just electric, and they're on fire for our team. And I'm glad our team fed off of their energy and used it in a positive way.
Adam Pohl here with the head coach of Mount St. Mary's basketball in Jamion Christian. And Jamion, this is the last 3, kind of unique to play 3 games in a row in Washington, D.C., but you do so. You have a tough loss where you're tied in the last minute at American. You're almost in a tie game at Georgetown, a top 25 team, at the end of the first half, and then a big non-conference win here recently against George Washington.
Yeah, you know, I think the thing that we've really spent a lot of time talking to our team about, we want to improve on a daily basis. We want to really focus in on the daily process of things. I think that's really important because the year is extremely long. And I think I'm most proud about with our team is from game to game, you know, whether it's Pitt to Hartford or, you know, Hartford to American, American to Georgetown, Georgetown to GW last night, we were able to improve. And I think, you know, we got to see the culmination of that last night with a 9-point win at George Washington. But it's because we learned some of the lessons along the way at American, you know, playing in a very close game, you know, great environment there with a team, with a great coaching staff who's won a ton of games And now we play well there. Georgetown helps us because they're obviously a top 25 team. John Thompson does a great job, and they're extremely talented. And then coming to GW and having the opportunity to play against a very hungry George Washington team who had just blown out Hofstra by nearly 30 points. So just really proud of our team, and I think that's where we need to be at right now. At this point of the year is continuing to keep our focus on improving on a daily basis.
Folks, we're going to take a break. When we return, I get to sit down with shooting guard Julian Norfleet. That's coming up next here on Mount Weekly.
My name is Joshua Castellanos, and I'm from Orlando, Florida. I'm on the men's basketball team, and I'm majoring in business finance. And I'm proud to be a Mount St. Mary's Mountaineer.
We welcome you back here to Mount Weekly. My name is Adam Pohl, and I'm joined by one of the guards here for Mount St. Mary's, starting shooting guard Julian Norfleet. And Julian, you've been around this program a few years. This season, though, has a little bit of a different feel. And now you start out this season 2 and 3, and a big win at George Washington.
Yeah, I mean, we Coach Christian has came in here and just preached about mayhem, and we've taken it and bought into it, and I think we're starting to see some results from it.
You guys play a really fast up and down style, but you're not afraid to get going in the half-court game. You still have some of those principles. You feel very comfortable even when that shot clock is ticking down, don't you?
Yes, I mean, every day in practice we go over our offense, half-court execution. We do it every day, so I think all our players are very confident in our half-court offense, and I think we have no problem getting into it even at the end of a shot clock.
Something that speaks to your game is the fact that you guys are hitting more three-pointers than any other team in the Northeast Conference here to date. You're almost doubling up the amount of threes that you guys are knocking down than a year ago. What is the reason for all the long-range shots?
Well, we get a lot of shots up every day in practice, so Coach Christian, he has no problem with us taking the shots that we take during the game, as long as we work on those shots when we're not practicing. So I think the way we play basketball up and down, the way we shoot the ball is no problem for him at all. So we're all confident in each other shooting the basketball as well. So I think that's a big reason why we shoot so many threes.
And it seems like you have so many players that can do so. Whoever has that hot hand, it almost seems like night in and night out, there's always a different leading scorer. Yeah,
Sam and Rashad have both come in this year and been huge contributions to our team, and we're very happy to have them. They shoot the ball at a very high rate, and they're very efficient at what they do. So having multiple scorers is hard for the defense to scout and try to put their best defender on one of us, because we're all very good at what we do. So I think that helps out a lot.
And talk about making it hard to scout, you're also a lefty. And people all across the game say it is very tough. There's something unusual there in trying to get yourself ready to guard somebody like you.
Well, I pride myself on being a very crafty player.
Yeah.
I'm not the quickest or the most athletic, so I try to be very crafty and trying to find my way to get to the basket or get to the free throw line, or just little nifty floaters to get my shot off.
For you guys looking forward, have you gained a lot of confidence in what you're able to accomplish this season by obviously being nearly even with Georgetown at the half, and now getting a win against a big-time team that's in a big conference like the A-10?
I think so. I mean, we had played a couple teams this year, and we turned them over a couple times. But I think when we played Georgetown, we really began to believe that we could do it to about anybody in the country. Well,
yeah.
I mean, they're a top 25 team, and I think we turned them over about 17 times, which was the most they've been turned over all season. So I think all of us are starting to believe that it doesn't matter what the other team does, as long as we do what we were taught to do, then we'll be okay.
Well, Julian, thank you for being with us here today on Mount Weekly, and boy, an exciting season up ahead, and we look forward to continuing to see you guys grow here at Knott Arena.
Us too. We can't wait. I hope we can have a lot more fan support too.
Folks, that is Julian Norfleet. I return with the head coach, Jamion Christian, for a look forward at what is upcoming here for the Mount in the weeks to come. We're back with more Mount Weekly right after this.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Larimore, and I'm from Powellsville, Maryland. I'm a women's lacrosse player, and I'm majoring in French and secondary education. And I'm proud to be a Mount St. Mary's Mountaineer.
We welcome you back here to Mount Weekly. Once again, Adam Pohl with you here with the head coach, Jamion Christian. And Jamion, talk a little bit. We just got the pleasure of speaking with Julian Norfleet. And what does Julian bring to you guys, both on and off the court?
Well, Julian is an unbelievable player for us. And I think, even though last year wasn't maybe the most successful season in Mount history, he shot an incredibly high percentage. And that's really rare that you're able to come into a program and have a guy who shoots a high percentage consistently. So, obviously that was a huge comfort zone for me, knowing that he could really shoot the ball. And the things I didn't know about Julian, I didn't know how passionate he was about winning. Obviously one of the most passionate guys we have, and he'll do whatever it takes to win. And he can really pass the ball. And I think through the early parts of the year, we've really been able to use his ability to score the ball and his reputation as a shooter to help us get into our offensive sets. And I'm just really proud of him and how he's continued to improve along the way. And his passion for winning is really starting to go through our team, and that's really important.
You guys looking ahead now, just with a win here recently against George Washington on the road, looking for another big non-conference win a little bit farther from home as Binghamton is up next.
Yeah, Coach Dempsey, obviously he's a first-year head coach there, but he does a great job. And watching film on them already, I just know how hard they're going to play, and they're going to be definitely ready for us to come in there. They play exceptionally well at home, and so it's going to be a great challenge for our team coming in to play at Binghamton, which is a beautiful place, beautiful arena, and they get great fan support. It's going to be another chance for us on the road to win a non-conference game of importance.
How excited then are the boys going to be to come back home here and take on Navy? This is a long road stretch here to open the season.
It really is, but I think it's great for our group. I mean, when you look at good quality basketball teams in college basketball, they show a mental toughness on the road and have the ability to win. I think we're gonna gain that through this process here, and that's huge for our team. And then when coming home, we all love playing at home. We have a great arena here. We get incredibly great fan support. So when we get back here at Navy, I know our group is going to be extremely excited about it. But first things first, we got to take care of Binghamton and do a good job there.
Overall, are you obviously first season? You never know exactly what you're going to get when you tip it off. Even though I know there's so much excitement and anticipation, are you guys where you want to be here in opening this year? Here, 2 and 3.
I think we are. I think obviously you'd like to have a little bit better record. I think, we look at American and say that's a game that got away from us. But again, just really focusing on improving and focusing on our daily improvement. I think having that kind of mindset is going to put us where we need to be at when we need to be there. It's really important right now for our group not to worry necessarily about the end of the season, how many wins we have there. It's extremely important for us to work on, tomorrow we have practice, let's get better tomorrow. And then as it's so on and so forth throughout the rest of the week, we'll be ready on game day. But it's a mindset for us right now of just really enjoying and appreciating the process.
Well, folks, that's head coach Jamion Christian, and this has been Mount Weekly. Once again, we're going to be with you once again in the month of December, and then weekly in January and February with coaches' shows, looking back here at what has happened in the week prior and what is upcoming for Mount St. Mary's basketball. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to be back with more Mount Weekly just around the corner. Once again, though, the Mount next at home, Friday, December 7th against Navy. So for Coach Christian, my name is Adam Pohl. We'll see you next time here on Mount Weekly.